Shalom, double honors the apostles of GMS. Honest you brothers will be pushing this truth in sincerity. This is going to be a quick video, um, pretty much put into perspective how the Most High deals in certain situations, how the Most High will put you through certain perils, as it were, with a promise or with the foreknowledge that you was gonna pretty much make it through out here. All right, because you got certain cats, which is why I'm gonna read the book of First Timothy, the sixth chapter, in a moment after I read this example, right? Because you got different people out there that, different Israelite camps, like IUIC, ISUPK, and so on and so forth. That will, and I always get on this factor of it, because the reality of the situation is you're not gonna be in a situation where things run smooth, if you're a man of the Lord. And this is an example of where things quote unquote didn't run smooth, but the man Elijah didn't waver or anything like that. He knew he was going to be sorted out, because the Most High said he was going to be sorted out. All right, and that's the case. That's the mentality that we, as the men of the Lord, have to have, man. All right, perils is going to come, man. That's a foregone conclusion, but you have to keep in mind the goal, the target, which is to seal the 144,000 of the Most High, man. And with that being said, that will have us come out of this society that we're in right now, man. I will have it to where the Most High, because the scripture says, hold the winds till the 144,000 be sealed. And once the 144,000 be sealed, the elect men of the Most High, as spoken about in the book of Romans, the 11th chapter and the 7th verse, once they're sealed, man, all right, pretty much this place is going to be destroyed, because once this place falls to ashes, the Most High is going to raise up a new kingdom, man. All right, but having said so, just because you're part of that group of elect people, don't start assuming that the Most High is going to have it to where every desire is going to come to pass, man. All right, how you want it, when you want it. That's not how it works. This ain't no it's not no fast food restaurant, man. All right, this is the truth, and this is reality, and this is an example of that reality, in that the Most High had this man to thirst up until the point where he was, you'll see in the story, but pretty much, he was pushed out to his limits, man. All right, the Most High had it to where he pushed out to his limits, but the mentality that he had was like, he didn't even, the scripture didn't even speak about how he felt about that, or if he felt anything about that. He just moves on to the next thing, because that's the reality of the situation. All right, so I said Elijah rather more, right, at the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as for the Lord, the power of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall no be of the dew nor rain these years, according to my word. He says, the word the Lord came, saying, get thee thence, and turn eastward, and hide thyself in the brook of Cherith. All right, he says, that is before the Jordan, and it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. All right, so you that the Most High is bad, man. So what? And you're gonna see the Most High. Hey, I'll read it on, and I'll speak on it. It says, so he went and did it according to the word of the Lord, and he went and dwelt at the brook of Cherith, that is before the Jordan. And the ravens brought bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. All right, so he got sorted, man. Just like how the scripture says, the servants of the Most High is gonna eat. All right, this is an example of where the Most High, delivered the individual in a situation, and ultimately we don't know how the Most High is gonna do it when the time of tribulation, the time of Jacob's trouble comes to pass. But we know in the past he's done so, man, and in magnificent fashion. All right, it says, and it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up. So now you have a situation. All right, it says, because there was no rain in the land. All right, but here the Lord came to him and says, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, arise ye and get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded the widow woman to sustain thee. All right, now if you are of the IUIC, man, you're gonna look at that situation to where you're gonna travel whatever distance that was gonna be. You ain't gonna have no food, all right, no water. All right, they'll say that oh man, the Spirit of the Lord is not with you, man. Why? Because it's not going smooth in accordance to their standards. All right, and that's why the scripture also speaks about how certain men were gonna come into this fold and are gonna come into this thing and set their own standards, man, and set their own doctrine. Alright, which is contrary to the scriptures, man. Alright, so he says he arose and went to Zaphareth, and he came to the gates of the city, and behold, a widow woman that was there gathering sticks. And he called her, and he says, fetch me thence, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. So he was thirsty, man. Alright, he was thirsty, man. And like I said before, if you was of these, these French fries, these merchandise Israelite camps, these fast food Israelite camps, man, right? They'll say, man, the Spirit of the Lord ain't gonna be dealing with you because you're thirsty. As you're gonna see, he was pretty much thirsty and hungry almost unto death, man. And he says, and she was going forth to fetch it, and he called her, and he said, bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, my Lord, as thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in my barrel, and in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering sticks, that I may go and dress it, and me and my son may eat it and die, because of the famine, and so on and so forth. Alright? And when you read the rest of the story, it goes on to how the Most High had it to where that fountain of that little bit of food that they had pretty much didn't run out. But the point I was trying to get at there, man, see, when you have to move, and you're moving, you ain't got no food, you haven't got no water or anything like that. That's the situation he was faced with, alright, which is a difficult situation, the hardest of all situations, alright. But pretty much, you got it to where certain camps, if you translate that into the situations that we get into in this day, where we hold fast unto the word of the Most High, the Most High will have it to where we go through certain things on that journey, as spoken about in the book of 2nd Ezra, as if it were a fire on one side and a water on the other side. Pretty much they'll have it to where they'll see that as a detriment to our faith, man. They pretty much see that as proof that we're not the men of the Lord, as opposed to going with what the scripture shows you, which is proof that we are the men of the Lord. Right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Ratazah. Alright? So now this is I'm gonna finish it off here in the book of First Timothy, the 6th chapter. And I'm gonna start the 3rd verse. He says, and if any man if any man teach otherwise, and consent not to the wholesome word, even the words of Yahushai and Mashiach, right, and to the doctrine that which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strife, whereof cometh envy and strife and revelings and evil surmising, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of truth, supposing that gain, right, things moving smooth, things going okay, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. Okay, so hopefully that very elementary point was hopefully it went out there, saying it was understood. Alright, so with that I'm gonna say double honors, all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of GMS. Honest brothers will be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.